ricochet, man. That house and in here.
Okay, well
at
maybe
a
that
42-degree angle.
What?
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to argue with you because it worked.
You know, did it?
Yeah, I mean I'm not.
Well, that's what Stephen or Scott said. You gotta let the signal in.
Let me get over here. Yeah, listen.
For my phone to work, I gotta have it in this window, over about the edge of the door to make it work for the Wi-Fi. So look, I'm playing teacher tonight.
I know you are playing teacher.
Everybody, I am Randy Jones with Incredible Tiny Homes. I always introduce myself because these videos last forever. So in 30 years, so I'm dead and gone. Well, I might live 3 more years.
Let me try to get.
Let me throw this sheepskin out of here.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right.
Okay, let me get over here. Let me see. Okay, let's try right there.
How's that?
That so far so good.
Is it working?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. But you might have to be in a chair unless you want me to stand up.
Yeah, I'll get my.
That's what I use all the time.
It's good on the old derriere.
You know, and if you've never sat on one of those balls and you start sitting on it at the first, you will get sore. I mean, you won't because you're so active, but.
I mean, after a while you do?
No, when you first get on there. Like, if you're not used to that.
It makes your butt sore?
Yeah, your butt, your legs, and everything.
Oh, you mean your muscles?
Your muscles, yes.
Oh, I'm
yes.
talking about my butt bone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Why are we always talking about your butt bone?
I don't. First time I ever mentioned it that I know of. Okay.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We're live on YouTube, and if you could subscribe right now. We're not going to go any further. Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Well, how are we gonna know?
Well, no, I'm telling them. Hit the bell. You know, right now, just go ahead and hit the bell, subscribe, because you're gonna love all these videos we bring you. Yep. Because we got tons of information, and it's just like
tons and tons.
This is the #1 tiny home and destination and information place in the world, right here.
Yes.
We're gonna feed you so much information, things going on here. It's gonna make your head spin. So if you like tiny homes, or if you just like to see how crazy stuff happens, just tune in and you can watch us, all right?
Yeah. Let me clean this just in case. They
Yeah.
said it was just a little bit blurry.
Fuzzy.
And I think the reason why.
Let me clean that for you. How's that?
Oh, well, it's perfect.
Perfect now.
Perfection.
All right. So, what we're gonna do tonight? It's dark 30 outside.
Yes.
So we can't go out in the shop because it's already dark.
Let me just show how dark it is.
That's black.
It is dark. Yes.
And we're sitting in. Everybody's tuned out by now. I'd be like, I'm going to it.
Wait a second. Let me get it.
I'm gonna go watch squirrels dance.
Okay, now it's on, so I'm not gonna move.
All right. We're getting Incredible Tiny Homes, and I'm not going to bore you. I hate boring people. I hate being bored myself. So we're going to try to feed you as much information as we can, and we're not going to keep you on here very long. And I just want to show you what we're doing. Numbers, and our name of our show is How Much Does a Tiny House Cost?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show you that. And I'm going to show you what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing here at our prices have increased only on the RJOs, but I've also got a better deal than we had before.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a neat prices for the same house, if that means sense. But I'm going to make sense to it right here. So real quick,
Okay.
give you some updates on the community, what we're doing that tonight at the end of the show, and it is an investment offer for you all. Okay, as an investment offer, and it is different than the Christmas special. The Christmas special was just to help people if they needed money for Christmas, or they were going to get a tax return. You can buy a house right now.
Okay, so wait a minute. I think is it still, are you back? Let me see if everything's okay right now, because sometimes
Where did we go?
the comments come in later. Okay, now they're saying it's good. See, the comments will come in, and then there's a little bit of a lapse.
A lightning here. We can
Okay.
watch your step.
Oh, look. Okay, I'm going slow. All right.
Go here, man. I got a light right over here.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody, we are in our warehouse. This is a warehouse. Actually, this house that we're right here, we were doing spray foam here just 10 minutes ago, and it got dark, so we had to leave out. But this is a 9x28 Freedom style home. You can see the dormer with the shake shingles, the board and batten. I love this board and batten. It's beautiful. You can see it's clean. It's brand new wood. You can use distressed barn wood, clean wood, rough, smooth. Okay. So there are things to. You want your coat on?
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm okay right now.
So we're in our warehouse. It's an arch-shaped roof. It's 200 feet long. It's 60 foot wide. And we're trying to build 7 homes at a time. We're trying to get there. We'll see how that works. So, but I want to invite everybody to Newport, Tennessee. If you'd like to come and see us, call, make an appointment if you'd like to talk to us. But if you just want to walk around and look what we have, you can just drop in, sign a waiver. If you break your toe, we're not responsible, and you can look at everything we have. You can walk inside the shop, but don't bring any youngins in here because they like to eat nails, okay? So we can't feed them nails. All right, I'm going to show you tonight the cost of a tiny house. One I want to show, this is freshly coming out of my 2-cent brain, all right? So I'm trying to put it some sense. I didn't go over this and got a chart, and I haven't, rehearsed this, okay? Like most of the time, I don't do any rehearsing. When we work here, we get up early and we work all through the day, all right? And we just stopped to do this show. Been moving houses, forklifts, we've been moving materials. We're trying to get ready for in the morning. So like right now, when we get the show done, I need to move houses around. I need to move I got to get my truck out of here, the house is out of here, shuffle, switch around, because when the guys get here in the morning, they're ready to roll, and they can't wait on me to move houses. We couldn't do it during the day because they were busy on everything. So that's kind of like our schedule. As you see inside the house that we just come from, papers laid everywhere. I had probably 12 papers of notes that I put in my head, and I'm writing them down all the time, just writing what I want to do, how we want to do, what goes first, second, how to keep everybody happy, how to keep the customers happy, how to make the flow of materials coming and going, inventory. We want to make sure we are in this 1,000%. Okay, so when you have anything on your mind, any kind of idea that you're thinking that this is not working or I'm not doing what I'm
trying to see.
It's the more amber light
Is that what it is?
over here.
Jeez.
All right.
Yep. All right, so let's try this. Okay.
That way you're there and shining the light
Yeah.
on. Because that router's right up there.
Yes.
We're in a straight line of it.
Okay.
All right? Cool. So we'll just get right to it, show you the cost
Yeah.
of homes. We have been selling homes in RJO, okay? RJO is Randy Jones Original. You can't hardly see that. For $15,000. Okay, $15,000. Okay? Remember I told you the only way that I can do this is to do it in large numbers, like we got to build 10, 15 at a time. There's no way with the staff that we have, we're not at that maturity level yet as a company. We're not organized enough. We don't have a building big enough. We haven't had the experience to build that many enough. We don't have the right people where we need them for inventory. We're all in certain areas, we're still growing. We have the ability to, but we're not there yet. So I have to raise our prices. Our company right now, as it sits, is $35,000 it takes, okay, to run that per week. Can you imagine that? That's how much money it takes to run this company every week.
Yes.
Now that's everything. That's payroll. We got a $3,300 mortgage on this property, be paid off in 3.5 more years. But that's workman's comp, that's general liability, that's electric, that's all of our taxes, that's water, electricity.
Overhead.
Yeah, and that's the overhead. On the floor here, we got about, it comes and goes, but we've got about 20, 21 people on the floor building homes, all right? So 14 of them, we're trying to break them up into groups of 7. Then the other 5 or 6 that we have is going to take the homes and finishing them. Okay, because when the guys get done, what we're trying to do is, instead of having 3 guys in there put a sink in and they're kind of watching each other and stumbling over each other because of the fine details it's done, now we've got a finishing crew. So, and this is all just starting this week and last week, and it takes time for that to happen. We have to make room for it. So to make that happen and to pay that cost right there, the number of homes justifies if we're going to make it, or how we're going to make any money and break even. All right? At $15,000, we lose money. Okay? Because if we only get, can you imagine? Let's say on an RJO, let's say on the, how was it? If it just labor, right? Labor and materials, and that's a stripped down RJO, is about, it can fluctuate, but we're at about $12,000 is what it costs us as a company, right? That's not including our overhead. And our overhead is 10 people that's not even in the building. They're outside. That's my brother, that's Amanda, that's the girls in the office, we got accountant, we got all the bookkeepers, we got all that stuff that's on top of that. So if you took an overhead, and our overhead out of that 35, if you subtract it, is about $8,000 a week, right? So if we build 1 RJO a week, and we're only making $3,000, we just lost 5. See that, 5,000? And it takes 2 weeks to build an RJO. So we lost 10. See what I'm saying? It's a numbers kind of thing. And I'm not explaining this all in fine detail and every dollar and penny and cent, what I've got it written down where I've been looking at. Okay. So with what we can build here, and we're not even at 7 yet. If we're not even at 7, if we built 7 RJOs in 2 weeks, okay, and we make $3,000 off, that's $21,000, but it takes $70,000 to build them in 2 weeks. Now, the payroll and everything's included in them RJOs, right, but not the overhead. Mm-hmm. So you can see we have to produce numbers to make this happen. And I'm thinking to myself, why have I taken this on? Why don't I just raise my prices and charge 25 grand for an RJO, 40 for freedom, you know what I'm saying, and go up like that? Because I think, and I've talked to the guys and we've looked at this over and over, and we really, really think that we can build these homes. If we can build 7 in 2 weeks, 7 and more in 2 weeks, that gives us 14 homes a month that we can produce. Now that's just the base price of an RJO. We don't make much. On a freedom, we make a little bit more money. So if we can make our freedoms, and that's what people are normally kind of going to, is the freedoms, but we have to make money on the RJOs too, all right? So that's where we're at. So what I've decided in my numbers in building these homes, all right, is that we have to add to the RJOs, and we're going to put this on the website, so you don't have to remember this. It'll all be on the website. The salespeople will be telling you about this too. We're hoping that the financing will come in. The financing comes in, everybody's golden, right? Of course. But an RJO, we have to go up $5,000 on an RJO. Every RJO model will go up $5,000, like immediately, okay? Because we're at losing money. So, so at a $20,000 RJO is where they start. Right here. For a freedom, it's still 25. I had to change on the freedom because the money, because of financing, is we had to subtract as the PSPI. That's what I'm going to call it right now. Okay?
Or whatever it is.
LP siding.
Maintenance free.
Yeah. So we had to subtract that. So that's not included in the 25,000. You get wood siding. Okay, just like an RJO. If you want the maintenance free, we can do it. A lot of people aren't even doing it. It's like I don't even know if it's half and half. But the wood siding is included. So it's still appliances, still the dormers, still the tankless water heater, still the mini split. just not the maintenance-free siding. Okay, so that's extra. This will all, again, be on the website so you can look at it and see. Also, so you got a $25,000 16-foot Freedom. $20,000 16-foot Freedom. 16-foot RJO. Now, if you want a $15,000 RJO, we've got them. I'm going to sell a $15,000 16-foot, and this goes for every house we sell an RJO at. We'll sell for the original pricing, but what we're going to do is we're going to sell it as uncompleted on the inside. All right? So you'll get a home, and I can't write all this out, and we're going to put it on our website. If you want a $15,000 house from us, we'll finish the outside, put the metal on it, put the windows and doors. It'll be completely sealed up on the outside. On the inside, it'll be spray foam, plumbed, and wired. All right? The switches and plugs, electrical will be done. The box will be in, the breakers will be in. All that'll be done for you. We will not put, and you'll have the kitchen cabinets in the house but not set. You'll have the countertop in the house but not set. You'll have the kitchen sink. You'll have the toilet in the box. All right? We'll set the shower. It'll have the valve on it. It'll have the drain. It'll be set up, so you don't have to do any plumbing. It'll be set there and ready to go. You'll have to just assemble the wall, the barn door, and the barn door track. All that will be sitting in the home. We'll probably build your barn door and lay it in there for you.
And they'll do things like their toilet, their light fixtures, things like that.
So you set your light fixtures, you set your toilet, you set the kitchen cabinet is one cabinet. Set it up there, screw it to the wall, right? The countertop, set it up there.
Put your sink in, all
Put your sink in, hook your drain, but we'll have your cutoffs already there for you, all right? Your toilet, the drain line, the supply line comes up through the floor. We're going to start doing it. We can put the cutoff on. All you do is put your supply line on it. But all that means a lot. Your shelving in your kitchen, it'll be in the house. You have to attach it to the wall. The V-groove, you'll have to put it on the wall, on the ceiling, and then you trim your windows. Now, what we're thinking about, we used to do at our old factory, we would trim out windows, and they're all assembled. The fascia, the trim, the jamb, and everything. And you just take it, and you set it on your window, you adjust it, and then you hit it with a nail gun. I'm also thinking about putting a saw, nail gun, and some hand tools in there. So when you get this house, you got what you need to build it. So if you have friends that want to help you, family, or you do it yourself, you can do it. We're going to put it on the video. You'll be able to see how to do this online. So you can go, here's how to set a toilet. And we're going to film some of the guys. Here's how to set a toilet. Here's how to set your cabinets. Here's how to put V-groove up. Here's how to put your trim up. So when you buy a $15,000 house, it's just a sweat and tears is what you're saving.
And because somebody had said, I think Angie just said, so the walls, the tongue and groove, they put up the inside
You
walls.
put up the tongue and groove on the walls
Yes.
and the ceiling. It'll be laying in your house in a stack. And that's what you'll get.
Okay.
The barn door will be laying down. No bathroom wall will be built. The shower will be built. The shower will have the valve on it. It'll all be done. The drain and everything set up. You'll be set to go. You just have to finish the inside. That is the slowest part for us. Now, we can V-groove the house really quick inside. If you want us to do that, we can add that price to that. If you want to say, hey, throw up our walls and ceiling, then we'll trim the windows, set the cabinets and everything else. I can figure that price if you want to do that.
And also, just so, because there's a couple of people talking about the people who's already signed their contracts. If you already
Has
signed
nothing to
your
do with
contract,
you.
it has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do.
No.
You guys are good.
No.
I mean, it's a
This is
contract.
these are for new people. These are for new contracts.
Yeah, you got a contract. You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. You're already set.
This is for future people. And this is for people that may see this video in a year from now, 6 months. This
Right.
is not for our regular viewers.
Right.
Okay, we're trying to sell these homes, and this is what it is. So you want an RJO, which is what we have here. Okay, what we have all
Yeah.
over here. You can't see because it's kind of dark in here.
Right.
Go to our website, look what an RJO is, and we can do that for you. All right. Now, if you want any of our other homes in that same condition, and you want to finish it yourself, I'll adjust the price off of that 25.
Right.
We'll do the same thing.
Right.
Right. But I think it's really unique. I'm really thinking about most of our customers are ladies. So I really want to help you. When we had our workshops, it was really cool. They came in here, they learned how to run a saw, they learned how to run a nail gun, they learned how to do these things. We're going to put a caulk gun in there. We're going to put the nails in there for you. We're going to put this adhesive in there, the liquid nail you put on the walls. We're going to show you on a video how to do those things. We're not going to show you everything. You're going to have to learn how to do it. You're going to have to learn the little nicks and crannies, but that's the fun part of building a house. Structurally, it's done. You can still get it certified. When we get certified, we'll still put a certification on it. All you're doing is putting the edification inside.
It's the trade-off for saving a lot of money.
You're saving $5,000.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money, everybody. This is the
And
only way.
everybody's saying it's still the most inexpensive prices anyway.
Anywhere in the country.
Even with it being $20,000.
Even $20,000.
We've known that.
Yeah. So that's where we're looking at with the RJOs and the Freedoms. Okay. And any custom. I'll still build custom. We're still building customs. We got some we got coming down the line.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to have more information on the website. We'll give you, we know all your questions and what, the intricacies of how this is going to work. We'll
And
put that
Alyssa's
out there
getting it
for
on
you.
there because I know they were working on the website today, she
Yeah.
said.
So now, my deal, and this is the deal towards the end of the show I wanted to share with y'all, is that we have a community here. We have the forest, we have the beach, and we have the prairie. So what I want to offer is this. When I had a resort, nobody knew about our resort. Nobody knew about me building homes on my land. In the resort industry, I would build a cabin, sell it to you, and then I would put it on my management company and rent it out. And I would take that money and we would split it. You'd get part and I would get part, okay? Back then on the homes, it was a 60-40 split. You got 60, I got 40, all right? And it was a whole intricacies of who was responsible for what. But what I did to stimulate the growth of our resort when we first started out, because we didn't have any experience in renting homes. We didn't have the years behind the marketing that we had a name for ourselves. So what I did is I made a deal, kind of like what I'm doing with the 2 years free rent, is that my resort is I gave 1 year full free 100% return on your money if you bought a house from me. So if you bought a house from me, I would rent it out for you as best I could. You got to, think about it. We haven't been in the rental business very long, but I gave them 100% back on their money. So if I rented it out for $100, I gave you back $100. We have the staff and the facility enough and the experience now in our previous business, we used to own a resort, to bring a management company to life in this industry right here. So what I would like to propose, if you're thinking about wanting a tiny home as an investment property, either in the prairie or in the beach that we've got right now, I will give you 2 years, 100% rental on your money. That is a deal. So if I build you a $25,000 Freedom and I rent it out for $10,000 that year, you get 10 grand. $100 a night, you get the $100 a night. What the customer pays is they will pay for the cleaning, they will pay for whatever extras on it. If you guys want to put chocolates on the pillows, that's your all's cost. If you want to put sodas and water in the refrigerator for your guests, that's your cost, right? You pay for the electric, you pay for the upkeep of your house, you pay for the maintenance, you keep it up. I'm just doing it. I'm doing the rental, taking it back. After 2 years, we got to sign a 3-year contract so I can have the third year to make some money back. Third year is a 70-30 split. You get 70, I get 30. All right? If you can find something better than that after the third year, then take it. But I'm giving you 2 years free rent. That's if you buy a house right now. Right? And I haven't got a time frame on that. I'm not going to extend it forever. So I'm going to maybe, I don't know, a little bit past the first year, haven't thought a bit about it. I thought about this offer a couple months ago. All right? Now, probably people are saying, okay, what if I got an Airbnb already, a rental property that's coming in on here? Okay? Haven't thought about that, but it's at the same time, we're going to see what we can do to help you too. All right? Because if you're going to put it on our management company, we're going to see if we make that same offer. We put it out there, We've got people to run this. This is what I want, everybody. I want to build homes. I want you to make money off your home. If you pay for that house, right? If you pay for that house in 2 years, you're going to be so happy that and you're going to want another home. And we're going to buy more land, and we'll do it again and again. So it's just a part of me giving, you giving, and we work together on this. I'll write all this out so you know the intricacies of who's responsible for what. I just splashed it out there for you. So if you're thinking about a rental home, there are some people, now if we get financing, this is going to be this is going to be nuts, all right? Because you can buy an RJO for $15,000, ship it to you, come and get it, or whatever you want to do, finish it, bring it back, and we'll put it on a rental program. Now you got to add the $6,000 to your lot. Okay, we need that deposit so we can develop. But then you put it out here and rent it out. You could be paid for in 2 years. So you paid your house off in 2 years. If you took a loan out for 5 or 7 years, it's paid off in 2. I think it could. Then it's generating an income for you. If it's generating income, why wouldn't you buy another one? Then you get 2 rentals, 3 rentals. If you had 3 or 4 of these rentals right now, at 15 or 20, go 25 grand on a house. You've got an income now, potentially, even with the 30-70 split, of maybe $30,000, $40,000 a year. And that's passive income. We're all making money now. You know, see what I'm saying? So our prices can make you money. If you can borrow 20 grand, you need to get it and put this on a rental. Now, somebody else was saying Airbnb lost $100 billion or whatever it was. That's the Airbnb business. What I'm going to do is we're going to do all we can to facilitate our rental property here. So what I want to do is have our building, we're growing. So by spring, we're going to have another structure built, if not 2, this size right here. And I want to start our weekend, 1 to 2 weekends a month, and we're going to start our workshops. Now, they're not for you to come here and build your old houses like we used to. It'll be a workshop where you come in and you learn how to build a house. You kind of come in on a Friday night, Friday afternoon, you start congregating, and you're going to stay here, sleep here, feed here, everything here, and you leave Sunday afternoon. So it's just a 2-day workshop. You'll come here, you'll learn how to build, you'll learn how to draw, you'll learn all every little bitty thing that I can think of. You're going to have you'll have a curriculum. I've been talking about this for a while. I was wanting to do a 3-day seminar, but I don't think people can get off work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's better you come on Friday night. We will start Friday night, and I'm going to teach you how to draw a house, how to do your floor plans. So when you leave, you'll have a material list of how to build your house. You'll be able to run tools in here. You'll stand up walls. You'll learn how to square them up, how to level them, and the technique of how to build your own tiny home at your own place. You will know that, and I'll show you how to do it, how many people you need, everything that I can think of, and this will be in a curriculum that I give to you, and then you'll be able to go home and look at it and pretty much build your own house. On top of that, to justify the fee that you'll have to have when you come here, is that I'll give you all my discounts that I can. We'll tell you, Mr. Hurst, we'll set you up on the trailers, we'll set you up on everything that we buy, the materials. If you want to buy a package from us and you say, hey, throw all the materials and wood and windows and doors and everything in a package and wrap it up in cellophane and ship it to me, we'll even do that after you come to the seminar. So you'll get all the materials, you get all my discounts, I'll give you everything we can, save you thousands of dollars, and you can build your own home. We'll put the metal roofing on there, we'll put the barn door tracks in there, all the plumbing, the wiring, the panel boxes, plugs, the switches, everything it is. By that time in spring, we will know every single nail and screw that it takes to build a house. So when you come to learn how to build it, you get your kit delivered to you at home. Mm-hmm. That's something I want to offer, and I enjoy teaching and enjoy seeing that go on. And I think it's really fun, and I don't want it really long. Our workshops were too long before; they were too stressful. People trying to build a whole house in 6 days, the majority of the people were burnt out, and they were some really in shape people that came that still had their lunch give to them. You know, it's just a lot to ask somebody. It really is. So I think this way is a good medium way to doing it. Even thought some other ways that I may instill, that we may build on a house while you're here. It may be somebody's house, whatever. We'll look into that. My biggest thing is I want you to have practical experience, hands-on experience, and know when you leave here, you don't leave with a brochure or just a DVD. You leave here with something that you'll never forget. You'll meet people that you'll probably be friends with forever, and you'll have a camaraderie. We'll have, hopefully, probably have a website or a Facebook or a YouTube that you guys can get together and collaborate back and forth and say, oh my God, what was he saying when we did that? Or how did he put that shower in, and how did we do that? And we're gonna have hopefully some little videos. We'll video everything we're doing while here so you can go back and relate to that. That's all gonna evolve. But if when we do that, that's gonna facilitate the rental, right, of our management company. So if you buy an investment company from me, and we do this twice a month, and we have 20 people, that's 20 homes that's gotta rent out. So what they pay to come here and learn, part of that pay is their fee to stay. And we will have them rent your homes.
And two, I'm just touching on this because of Travis mentioned too. Said somebody's asking about the trailer being on or off. Said you can always take the trailer off and save $5,000, but that's kind of clear
true.
that up.
Yeah, you can't take the trailer off and save $5,000. And on these trailers right here, they're not $5,000. The RJO trailers are not like a Craftsman. The old Craftsman are big. Yeah, they're about $5,000.
Yeah, that was the old.
We build
price.
directly, fasten the home to the trailer.
Right.
It's fastened to it. If we didn't, and you had to load it up on a truck, your home would have to be short because the trailer's 36 inches tall. You got to load your home on. Okay. So what if you wanted it on a main foundation? There's two big I-beams that run in here that the axles are hooked to. You can take the axles off, right? And I think they're about $300 a piece.
Okay.
You can take the axles off if you would like, and set the frame on a foundation. That's all I would do. If somebody said, hey.
But we're not going to buy the axles. We don't want the axles.
No, I don't want them.
No.
No.
So when they buy the trailer, they can't get it without axles, can they?
No, well, there's certain things we could do. It's like like Bernstein, he'll say, hey, tell you what, they don't want them axles, but you got to pay somebody to take them off.
Yeah.
There's 4 bolts on there, and you got to take off the leaf springs, and then you got to pay the hauler to bring them back.
Yeah.
Probably pretty much what I would do if you didn't want the axles. Put them on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and sell them.
Right.
These are awesome axles. They're brand new. You probably get your money right back out of them from somebody wanting to build a trailer.
And to be here on this property, everything has to be on a trailer.
Yes.
So anybody who's staying here, whether it's a rental, whether it's you're living in it, it has to be on
Everything's
a trailer.
on a trailer in this community, everything. It has to be on a trailer.
Yes.
For taxes, for the state,
Right.
for the federal government, everything has to be. That's just the way it's zoned. We're zoned to be on a trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to clear
Okay.
that up on there and just make sure that it was clear, because I knew it had changed since
Yeah.
since we'd known that, because it used to be true for that,
Yep.
Travis.
So to clarify,
Yeah, just to clarify.
clarifying everybody, we're raising our prices from 15,000 to 24, that's just a base 16 foot. So all of our RJOs go at $5,000.
And this is a good question too, because we've had people ask this, and Travis said, will Randy still build houses on skids? How does that work? So if somebody says, I don't want a trailer at all, and I'm taking it home with me, not on the property.
I will build anything you want.
So you can do that.
I'll
Okay.
build anything you want. I will build you a house this big. I'm serious. I'll build you a
Right, I
house
mean-
as big as this right here if you want.
But will you build
listen?
it-
Listen. This right here. This is what people forget. If you build a skid, all right? Here's skids. These are beams. All right? That's a beam. They're saying, hey, I don't want a trailer. Okay. So if this is a skid, and let's just say this 8 foot across, we're building an 8 foot wide home. So now what we've got to do is we've got to put floor joists across here, right?
Yeah.
And it's got to have all these floor joists down here. Then we got to put the floor and build the house. Okay. Then when we're all done, okay, they got to come get this house, and they got to put that on a trailer. Our trailers right here are 21 inches off the floor, off the ground. These right here, this is probably going to be a 6x6, I would say, so that's 6 inches. Then you got your joists right here, and then to haul this thing, this trailer that's going to haul it, it's got these wheels under it. These wheels have to be under this trailer, so the height of that trailer is always 36 inches high off the ground.
Okay.
Well, our limit is 13 foot 6 inches.
Right.
So if you take off of that right there, you're taking off 36 inches straight off the top just because You want it on skids, and we got to get a trailer to haul it. So that's going to be 10 foot, 6 inches. That's total. Now that's from the bottom of that skid. So we got to say from here, look at my marker, from here to here is 10 foot, 6 inches. All right? Now we've got to subtract this. Let's say that's 6 inches. Now we just got 10 foot. And that's from the bottom of your floor joist. Now we got to take another 6 inches. So now we're at 9 foot, 6 inches. That's from your inside floor, from the top of your aluminum or your metal roofing, right? So inside you're standing here, right? 9 foot. Now you've got 9 foot here to here. You got to subtract about 6 more inches because you got rafters, you got metal, you got sheeting, and you got a ridge cap. Now from the very top of that, you're only at 8.5 feet. That's crazy. Well, how tall are our walls? How tall can your walls be if at the top of this peak, it's 8 foot 6 inches? Now I'm throwing all this out. We're not exactly to the right inch and everything we're doing here. But what we lose here, you lose a lot of house by putting it on a skid and throwing it up there. I'd as soon pay a couple $1,000s for this trailer and let her go down the road, take off the axles, and get $6,000 more and sell them in the marketplace. And you got a strong trailer, it's built on steel, it's not going anywhere. So that's why I always said, yeah, I'd love to build on skids, that's fine, but you lose so much room in a house.
What's the advantage of building on skids?
I really don't know.
Because I think people have that just in their minds.
Yeah, I think the advantage is, and I can understand. You're
Does
going to
it
think, well, I don't
cost-
have to buy a trailer.
Well, there you go. Okay.
You know, I don't have to buy a trailer. Now, remember, Amanda, the first home that I built was on skids.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, the guy that come and got it, he had a trailer, it lowered down,
Yeah.
come out in the back, got under the house, lifted it up, scooted the house. It was a beautiful
True.
trailer. It's
It
a
was.
$70,000 trailer he used to
Yes.
haul that house. But the inside of that house, the house. Now I did it on skids when we got there, but it was 10.5 foot is all it was from bottom to top.
Okay, and
The
it was one
inside,
level.
and remember it was a hobbit house,
Yeah.
so it wasn't steep. Remember I made the house round?
Yes,
It had a
uh-huh.
round roof and
I
all that stuff.
remember,
So
yes.
inside the house, I think the best, and we were over height, we were 14 feet going down the road. And inside the house, it wasn't massive vaulted.
Yeah.
But I made it round, so it made it look like more volume in it.
Right.
But that was the only house I did on skids. I don't care to do it again.
And Jennifer said, don't you have to pay taxes if it's on skids?
They say here, that's a good question because
is
you know
a
when
good
you buy your
question.
shed at Lowe's, they drop it off and it's not on a permanent foundation. You don't have to pay tax on a shed.
Right?
Here in Cobb County, the tax assessor came and told me, he says, as long as everything's on wheels, it will not be taxed.
That's a great idea.
Just what he
Okay.
told me.
That's what Mark said. On wheels in New York, they don't tax you.
Yeah.
On skids, they will. Now, Ruben, let me see what Ruben said here. Randy, here's my thought about no trailer. If I put it on land, I may be able to get a mortgage and financing for my property and a non-trailer house.
Yeah.
So that's a great point too.
Yeah. Okay. But if you take the axles off of this thing, it's a foundation. Just lay your block, and set it on a permanent foundation. You're just anchoring it down and it's done.
Okay.
So it's still, and that's a good, let me run it by you guys on this. Let's say you want a tiny house and you're at a community where the zoning says it has to be on a permanent foundation and they have to see the wiring and plumbing, right?
Yeah.
We can do this. Either if they'll accept our third-party certification, then it's a no-brainer, we'll build it all and send it to you. If they won't, what you can do is let us wire it, let us plumb it, let us build it, finish the outside completely all done, put it on a trailer, it's all set, brought to your place. The inside will not have any insulation whatsoever. You can still use your bat, fiberglass insulation, wool, or your blue jean, whatever you want to use for insulation. Even have a contractor come out and spray foam it if you'd like. But that's the way that you can have it sit on a foundation and have a tiny home in your community that says, hey, we don't allow tiny homes.
Right.
Because now the inspector will come, he'll look at all the framing, right? We'll frame it the way it's needed to be framed, that he'll want it. And he can see all the plumbing, he can see all the wiring, and then you finish it out.
Right,
That's the way you get a tiny home in a place that will not allow tiny homes.
right, exactly.
Yeah, and we will do
You
that.
get the inspections.
And I'll do that for you. And you know what I'll do? Just like we're selling the RJOs for $15,000, if you want to, we'll put all the materials in to finish it.
Exactly.
We'll still put the V-groove, the cabinets, the light fixtures, everything known to man. You just put it together.
Yeah.
That's how you get around the zoning on that.
Yeah, okay, good,
Yep.
good.
So you know what? I've always looked at, I don't want to say a problem, but I always look at a challenge. That there's always a silver lining in it. If you wait around and if you think about it and not get all, hysterical about it or kind of overwhelmed by it. Just the fact that we came up with the ideas of,
Yeah.
of you all finishing it, us putting some tools in there for you and putting all, I think that adds the warmth and the whole philosophy of tiny homes is you've got some hands, sweat equity in it. It's also getting us going on our workshop that I've wanted to tutor people for a weekend. It's also providing in the zoning area where you can't have a tiny home. We'll sell it to you as a shell and put everything in there, and we'll expedite that whole process. So you can say, you know what? They don't like tiny homes here, but need one for my mom or my kid or whatever. Foundation, you know what foundation is? It's piers.
Yeah,
You can put 3 piers on this side, 3 piers on that side, you're on a foundation. You anchor it down, we'll show you how to anchor it down. You're set to go. Leave it unfinished inside, you finish it. Save you thousands of dollars,
yeah.
right?
And and from Friday, just to touch on this, that, we worry about this, Randy especially, we worry about this all the time, and we want to stay in business, so we can't continue to do something and lose money on it. So that was the whole premise of Friday's show, and then to think about ideas over the weekend, because it's like, we just want to help and make money at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's completely fair, and it's still cheaper than the competitors.
It's way cheaper.
It is.
I mean, I know
True.
I know businessmen that look at me and just laugh and say, we knew you weren't making money, or how you
Yeah.
still ain't making any money, even on your prices you got now. You know what? My thing is, I take somewhat of a pride in the fact that we can sell homes less than anybody in the country, that we can make a living, and that it's just different, that nobody else is doing it.
Right.
And we're giving you guys a home. And it's like, human nature is, okay, we're going to give. People want to give. But you know what? Nobody gives when you ain't got nothing.
Right.
So if you're hungry and you're sitting in your house right now, you're hungry and you can't make your light bill and you can barely get enough groceries, and you're frustrated because you're behind in everything you do. If you sneeze and you got to go to the doctor, it puts you out for 6 months because you can't pay for the doctor. All right? You don't want to give. Your nature is to take. Your nature is to look out for yourself. You've got to have something to take care of yourself. That's our human nature. I have to make money. I want to make money. I want my guys to make money. I don't like these guys driving trucks that got 400,000 miles on it and they're working here making a living. So if I made a profit, I couldn't sleep at night thinking they're driving crappy trucks and they can't even pay for good food at their house, but we're making a lot of money sitting on a bankroll.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen here.
No.
It wouldn't happen. If I start making money, which we haven't made any in the black yet, if I could make money, that money is going to be distributed. The company has to make money.
Has to.
And this is why I really think that we can do this. We're on our second kind of like our shift, because we added our facility. We got the guys really trained now. And now it's up to us to just get this thing rolling. If we could build 7 out, and we can do about 14 a month. Now that's about 150 homes a year. I just don't think that's a lot of homes when you got 340 million people in the United States. And
Yeah.
90% of the people in the United States do not even know who we are.
Right.
Okay? So that's why we need you all to spread the word that I think with our community and what we're doing and the prices we are the answer to tiny homes. But I swear, nobody in the tiny home industry wants to come here and interview us, look at us, take pictures, and say, wow, you guys are amazing.
Right.
So we rely on you all in these videos to show you. If I would sit here and watch a video like this, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad you guys do. I know the attention span of most people are just a couple minutes and they're done. But I think what we're showing here in how we're evolving as a company, there's a lot to this. I think it's kind of a really interesting thing. You're watching a company from the birth coming in every day.
Oh yeah, the ground up.
Yeah, you're seeing it. You're seeing the building be evolved. You're seeing guys and lives and how we live and what we do. You're seeing how we do bad and how we do good.
Exactly.
You know, and I show you how we build. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thanks for viewing. Again, we'll have all this information on our website. We'll help you out. So we know the questions you're going to ask. We know all that. I just have to put it out there now. I got to splash it for y'all to start thinking about, sharing it with your friends and family.
And the prices and everything have already changed, even with it not being on the website. So whenever you do a contract, an estimate or whatever like that, they're going to give you the new pricing on that.
I talked to Sam today. He's talking to Angie. You're getting it out there. The girls in the office know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had it's a bleeder, and we had to put a stop on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And two, another way that we are trying to save money is that we have had so much back and forth about change orders. And when you sign your contract, there are no more changes. That's a rule that we've put in, and it's just because we will deal with the same house back and forth, change the windows, change this. Well, I want that and I want that. Well, it's getting confusing, and it costs so much money is the biggest thing.
Yeah, a lot of our bookkeeping.
Our clerical time. Yeah,
clerical time.
And it goes back to the sales, and then the customers having to wait. It goes out of the build schedule because we can't move forward if you have a change. So when you sign your contract, make sure that that is exactly what you want. That's exactly what you need, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get to change.
I'm glad you brought that up because
on
our RJOs, and we're going to put this on the website.
Yeah, all the details.
And you know, probably majority of the people aren't buying homes. You guys are just, you know, you support us and you're watching us and following us.
Right.
On our RJOs, just the RJOs, you get 3 types of siding.
Yeah.
Okay? If you want maintenance free, it's a cost.
Right.
This is included in the price.
Right.
15 or 20. You get the 3 types of siding. It's horizontal, it's vertical, or it's the like what Scott's doing. It's the V group.
Right.
All right. That's it. We can do another flat log siding, no round log siding, nothing. We will do it if you pay extra for it. In here, the floor plan. I'm sure sorry these markers are going. The floor plan is right or left kitchen, done. And that's it. If you want a cabinet, if you want, those are amenities you'll be adding extra, all right? You can change them and you can add things to it. But you will get, on an RJO, you get a window on the end, you get a window on the side. Each side has a window, and then you got your kitchen on one side and your bathroom on the other. And you flip right or left, and that's it. So if you want a plain home to live in, I am proud to build you this house at this price because nobody in the country will do it.
But it's going to be limited.
Limited.
Yes.
Now, if you want a washer and dryer and a closet to put it in, we will put it in, but it's an amenity that we will charge for. You want more glass, more windows, it's an amenity we will charge for, okay?
Right.
But you cannot beat this price. This is the only we're saying this is because this house has to be built at a certain speed to make a living.
Right.
All right. So when we price the amenities, they're priced at how much man hours, not that it takes to build it, but what is that man hour not doing to produce another home? Okay, so it's not just, so when you see the price on that, it's not just, oh, it took him 2 hours. No, those 2 hours could have been probably completely framing in the walls and sheeting this house.
Right.
That's what he's not doing because we're adding an amenity to that house.
Right.
So that's where our prices will reflect.
Right.
With all that said, I know we're still less expensive than anybody in this industry.
Right.
Okay? All right. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I've been kind of like...
And it's a lot of information.
It's a ton of information.
But it'll get on the website and we'll get it all squared away. And the most important thing is to have Sam and Angie and everybody who's going to be selling to know so they can talk with you and explain everything to you as well.
And Amanda's going to do a video of me standing here, and I'm going to have all this information. I'm going to do it all, and I'm going to put on the website. You can go there and you can refer to it, and you can say, hey, now I understand what it's saying because Randy's saying it, and it's on the website. You can watch it over and over and over and over if you want.
Exactly.
That's for people that want to buy a house, okay?
Right.
There you go.
Exactly. And if you have questions, if you have your contract or any of your questions, email is the best way to do it. I know there's some questions on here, but if it's if it's your contract or anything, it needs to be done through email so we can get back to you on that.
You know, I remember walking when we did our videos. I remember walking, and you guys can go back and hear me. And when I walk in here, I look at them RJOs and I'm like, wow, what a deal!
It is a deal.
It was a deal. It still is a deal, but at $15,000, they were a steal.
It was an unbelievable deal.
All right, they were a steal, and what I couldn't imagine is how come there wasn't like 500 of them gone.
I know you feel this way too. I'm glad for the people who recognized it and they jumped on it.
You ain't kidding.
I'm tickled to death that you all got a house for $15,000. I'm tickled to death. Good for you.
Yep, I sure am. And you know what? They're going to go down in history.
That's right. They absolutely will. That's right.
Those homes will be a legacy in this industry.
They will, absolutely.
Because I know the quality of that home and the price they paid, they're going to go, oh, you remember when?
And it's a house.
Yeah.
It's a full house.
Yeah. So, you know, we're in this business. I listened to a guy on a podcast. I'm going to let you guys go. But he was talking about how, you know, he's a millionaire. You know, I mean, the guy makes all kinds of money, and he's a motivational speaker and all this stuff. And he talks about, he goes, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to help people. I'm in it to see a good need. I'm good at, they don't want to, all this stuff. And I originally, you know, his ambitions is good, but at the same time, we all know he's not living in a car. You know, he's not living in a street shelter somewhere. You know, he's doing it for money. He's taking money. He's taking care of his family. I mean, he wants to buy a professional baseball team or football team. Where does that come from?
Yeah.
You know? So it's not wrong to say you need money. You guys need money to live.
Yes.
You got to have money to make everything.
Right.
This shirt costs money. This board costs money. This costs money. My dad used to say, you know, everything costs money. I said, Dad, air doesn't cost money. He said, oh, yeah, it does. He said, as soon as you suck it in, you got to give it right back.
That's true.
You know, and
That's
I thought
true.
it was funny, but it's true. You got to give it right back. So everything has a dollar sign on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and I just want to touch on too is that you know, as a company, we're trying to get financing for our customers. We're looking into financing options with our bank, our credit union, and things like that to see if we can do any help at all. We have a lot of customers that get a personal loan.
Yeah.
So there's people on here that say they can't get financing, but we do have customers. So check out your bank, check out your credit unions and stuff. Go back to them and say, hey, listen, there are people who are getting loans for these houses.
Yeah, they are loans.
Yeah, there are loans.
And, you know, and two, I'm massive grateful. I don't know why I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful to be standing and breathing and going. And every day I am just grateful to be up in the morning. And that gives me a positive mental attitude. And I don't know why it just happens. Maybe why I'm wired this way. But at the same time, whatever I wanted in life, whatever I wanted, I had to save money for. If I wanted a car or a truck, I had to save. I had to go get an extra job. I had to do something to get more money.
Right.
And listen, when I built a house for my family, my first home I ever built, I worked full time and built it at night and took 8 months and got it done. There's nobody in this, I don't know anybody would work as hard as I did.
Unbelievable sacrifice.
And it was
unbelievable.
100% by myself. I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody to be with. It was till 2 o'clock in the morning for 8 months, 7 days a week. But I'm so glad I did it because when I sold it, I bought 170 acres. 170 acres turned into a $12 million resort.
Yeah, your $30,000 for the house that you built and you used and you accessed all that and you did not know how to build. You weren't a builder.
Didn't know anything.
Didn't know anything. Turned into they paid you $170,000 for that home that you built for $30,000. And people have said this over the years. Well, you know how to do that stuff. Randy did not know how to do this stuff. He did not know.
I grabbed a carpentry book.
But Randy's not lazy. He's
that's
not lazy.
and that's what I'm saying is if you want something, it can happen. You guys can
Yes.
save money. There's so much money to be made. There's so many ways to make money.
Right.
Even I met a lady that came here and she was awesome. She spent 30 years in the fast food industry.
Yes, that's true.
30 years, and she's making a living in the fast food industry. Now
Yes.
she's working a lot of hours, but she makes a living taking care of herself.
And she saved up some money.
I'm talking McDonald's,
Yes.
Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell,
Yeah.
that kind of job.
Yes.
And she's making a living.
Yes.
You know? So we're in the
good
land
living.
we're in the land of plenty. You want a home, there's a way of getting it, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying we're trying to help you if you can't pay it for 4 months, but you got some money down, you want to pay it in 4 months, then
And two, somebody's bringing up a great point, and there's some other customers that I've talked to as well, said, well, they'll only lend out this much. Then you get that much of a house.
exactly.
You don't get more house than what you can afford.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Nope. If you can't afford a
can't-
washer and dryer, in it,
you
don't
can't-
put it in
don't
right now.
get it. You can't afford it.
Use a board.
That's right.
Hang them up inside the living room. I'm serious. And think about it too. If you bought a $15,000 RJO and you finished it yourself, you bought a 21 and we finished it for you. Now you've got that house compared to any home in the United States is worth twice that.
Yeah.
Sell it.
Yeah.
Make you a couple thousand. Pay the loan off, get another loan, do it again, do it again, do it again. Just keep buying homes from us. Even if you made $2,000 a house,
Yeah.
you could sell 8 or 10 of them right across the country. Just sell them. You could got enough now to pay half of a house completely down.
I just know, and everybody else knows on here as well, this is an unbelievable opportunity. This company gives opportunities to make money, to get a house,
Yeah.
and everything, and to be in a community where you can be with everybody. So I don't know another company like this.
Yeah.
Another tiny house
No.
company for sure.
And then we're offering a free management of 2 years free. We'll give you 100% return on the management company.
Right.
We rent your house out. I'll give you 100% back for 2 years because your lot rent's free for 2 years.
Right.
Why not throw the management company in on it too?
Right.
We're a young management company. We're just getting started. We're going to throw it out there. May not rent out as many as we want because we're just starting out.
Right.
But when we facilitate it with workshops and everything else, we got a lot of people coming every week. We're going to help rental.
Yeah.
All right?
And we are definitely gung-ho on trying to get financing to help
100%.
everybody.
You know what financing is going to do? It's going to help us build more homes.
Of course.
And we're going to make money off
That's
of
right.
financing. But it's going to give you the opportunity to buy a house
That's
from us.
right. Exactly.
It has to feed both
Has to, both
of us.
ways. That's
Yeah.
right.
All right? God, we are on it, Manda.
And the details are coming soon. I know there's some stuff that didn't get answered, but the details will be up on the website. And of course, whenever you get with Sam and Angie, they're going to be very versed in it. And we'll have all the answers to the questions. They'll be able to answer all that for you and get your contract all squared away. So.
You know, I was watching a doctor talk about nutrition or something like that, and he was live, and he said, okay, let's check out some of these questions. He answered 3. Okay, now we'll go to the next subject. We'll go to there. And he answers 1. He
Yeah.
goes there. We get on here, we have questions.
We have a ton of questions.
Constantly.
And I just want to bring up a couple of points that somebody, Deborah just said, I'm amazed that California isn't ordering RJOs. Great point.
Yes.
Great point. And I also
Because they don't know about us.
And Brian Carty, I love Brian and Mary. You do too, of course. If y'all remember, their home said all we could afford was $25,000. And did you look at their house? Did you see what they got for $25,000? Now that is spending what you had. All we have is $25,000. Yeah, I might want a $65,000 house, but if I can't afford it, I ain't got no business trying to get a $65,000 house.
Nope.
When I've only got $25,000. And they got a gorgeous home.
Yeah.
Their house is beautiful.
Oh, they put the bed in there and the curtains up, and you know what?
It's so pretty.
That's what's fun about it. Make it work, man. Just make it work.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, you get in
And
these
then,
homes,
yeah, they can sell it if they want to, if they
they
want to get a
can.
bigger one later.
rent it.
Rent it out, whatever.
Even if you rented it by the month,
Yes,
yeah, you're gonna make money.
smart. Yes,
If they rented it for $500 a month
yeah,
for 2 years while it's free rent,
yeah,
pays for half of that house.
that's right.
Isn't that something?
It's
And
amazing.
and there's nothing here for rent for 500 bucks. They could probably get 6 or 7 for it per month
Yes,
if they wanted to.
that's right.
It's a 24-foot RJO.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So, everybody, man, it's a
I
no-brainer.
know I know.
I've structured this company, the pricing, how we build everything to make it work. We're not building them fast enough to justify everything we've got going on here. That
Right.
$35,000 a week is eating my lunch. Hey, we
Yes.
went to the nutritionalist today, your food store down there, and he
Yeah.
said about stress. You need vitamin
Oh,
B's and all that
yeah.
stuff. And I said, so being busy is not stressful, but what's stressful is when you start feeling that chest going and that, all that. He said, yeah, that's stress. Well, you need vitamin B's. Well, you know what? It's always about money for me. It's hard
Yeah.
to do it. But once we get cranking here, and once I just want a company just to make it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be gabillionaires. We're not going to be millionaires.
No.
We're just going to make it, and we want to make it
Yes.
good.
Make a good living.
Good, strong company.
Yeah.
This is going to be pass a legacy on forever.
True.
You know.
That's
anyway,
right.
I'm going to quit. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm ready to jump.
It's so funny. You said I'm going to quit, and Kim W. She just put, "Don't give up, Randy." And
I'm
you
not
said,
going to give
"I'm
up.
going to quit."
Aw,
No, he's going to quit the video.
I'm not going to quit
Very
building
much
these things.
so encouraging, and everybody's wonderful because they all understand.
Yeah.
It's a great group.
We need the word to get out about us. The lady that said, how come there's not tiny homes in California? You're exactly right. I talked to a couple that called me over the weekend that were from California. Then they were inquiring about and they seen our prices, and they're saying, well, we want you to do these affordable housings out here. And really what they wanted is exactly what I'm doing here
Of
with the
course,
community.
yes.
So they said, well, we'll get land, and I don't know what they're going to try to have to find investors and all that stuff. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
I just need individuals out in California that see what we're building and say, you know what? We got $500,000 homes that are shacks on the side of streets.
Yeah.
For $500,000.
Yeah.
For a rundown 2-bedroom bungalow. There's people working for Google that are living in campers in the parking
I
lot.
believe that.
If you all want to make money and you want a tiny home, go to Google out there and say, hey, all you guys out there and your engineers and computer programmers living in your rundown RVs, we can bring you a tiny home in here that's got tanks and self-contained and everything and live in the parking lot.
Well, shame on them to not even care about the people, their employees living out
Why don't
there.
Google buy a bunch
I know,
from us?
Google got the dough. They got the deep
They
pockets.
could even buy them from us and charge double for
I
what we're
know.
selling them for. Why don't somebody call Google and get that going?
Exactly.
Call Apple, call them all out there in Silicon Valley, just in that alone.
I remember there was somebody from here, and I loved it because it was, I don't know, it just hit me on a day that was like, you know what? And they came here and said, well, I want to do what you do out here in so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? You
I
go
know who you're
right
talking
ahead.
about.
I said, that's offensive. I said, if you think you can do what we've done and work this hard, people thinks it's super easy. Oh, I'm going to get some land. I'm going to put some houses on there and I'm going to make some money. Well, have at it. Have at it.
Everybody wants a tiny house community. Oh, I thought about having tiny
Yeah.
houses. I want to have me a little community. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it ain't easy and it ain't cheap.
I get up at 5:30 this morning, and I got probably 2 hours of work left in me
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
And it's 7:15.
I know.
That's called owning your own business.
It is. It's tough.
I haven't got time to answer phone calls. I haven't
No.
time to answer your texts. I've got to move houses around here.
You do.
Haven't eaten supper yet.
'Cause you got,
I got to go check on mom.
You got 20 some guys that'll be here in the morning looking straight at you.
And you know what? It's $9,300 a day to run this place.
It's true.
A day.
Yeah.
So I can't take a day off.
We feel it.
If I give these guys a day off for Christmas, which we got to give them off.
Yeah.
If I pay them for Christmas, it costs the company almost $10,000.
Yeah.
And I'm not equipped to handle that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God. We just keep digging, don't we?
I know. We better wrap it up.
I got to go.
You got to go. You got stuff to do.
Thanks, everybody. Watch the saga next show.
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun.
next saga. Will he be okay in the head?
This is better than As the World Turns,
Oh my
God
God.
Light.
What the drama you know
Oh,
what?
soap
There's so
opera
much
here.
more on top of that. You guys just.
Oh, you don't even. You can't.
I'll see you.
All right. Bye. Hey, I want to follow you over here because I want to see these houses right here.
See what house?
Those houses, like that one.
He's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, look at this. The triangle right here.
One, two, three.
I
We got
know.
this floor. This is starting tomorrow, and another floor starting tomorrow. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, that's 6. 6 houses going tomorrow.
6 houses and another one starting right there.
Yes, I gotta pull this one out, pull it over there, put that one over here,
Yeah.
move these 2 back, and put my truck out of the way. Good God, man.
Randy, get to work.